Hello and welcome back to the show. I'm your host Rashid Al Omari, and today I'm so privileged to have Chris Hill with us, who's our global vice president for telco service providers, to share with us some of the insights and how we are actually helping this. So, Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rashid. It's good to see you again. It's been a while.
Thank you so much. So, Chris, first of all, if you can tell to our audience, our viewers, who's a Chris?
Okay.
And really, what's the mission that you have in hand? Yeah?
Thank you, Rashid. So I'm Chris Hill. I've been with VMware for 8 years. I built and led the professional services team for all of EMEA for the first 6.5 years of my VMware career. For the last 18 months, I've been focused on a very specific task, which is building a global team for service providers and telcos to help implement disaggregated telco cloud technology across the world. It's an exciting role.
So Chris, what are actually the service providers that are coming and asking for help with you? Yeah? What they're asking you for?
So, I mean, as the network moves to the cloud, Rashid, I think there's a number of changes that have to be digested. So obviously, you're moving from a single vendor or a small number of vendors running your network to a multi-vendor environment. You have a hardware provider, you have a platform provider, you have other organizations delivering CNFs, VNFs, at the core or at the edge or wherever. So what we're spending our time doing is helping service providers come to terms with that complexity, and also put a wrapper around some of it and make that journey a little bit easier.
Wow. And I know in this model, because you mentioned the disaggregated, let's say, like model, because and this brought to my mind, the issue of the risk. Because before, operators globally, they used to outsource that risk to the NIPS.
Yes.
And someone with a managed, let's say, like contract, they will be able to do it for them.
Yeah.
Now, with this disaggregated, let's say, model, how is it going to work? And I think service provider, they're going through change. They have to assume something, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think, if you kind of look at it from one angle, it looks like anarchy, right? It looks like all of a sudden you have to manage many vendors, you have to manage many interoperability points and complexities. But here at VMware, we're kind of focusing on how do we take that complexity and really put some assurance and security around that for an operator, because the network is the business, is the prize, right? So it starts really with our engineering BU. So we have a very strong ready for cloud certification program. So as we look at CNFs, either at the core or the edge, we have an onboarding and certification program in our engineering BU.
Okay.
That's doing a lot of that pre-integration and testing.
Okay.
As we come into deploying solutions for service providers, which are a blend of different VMware technologies and partner technologies, then from my team, we have very strong architecture skills. So we do a design, build, operate model. Okay. As we go through that integration into an existing operator, into a network, then we're very focused on making sure that we're delivering a well-tested, reliable solution, but also helping the operator change the way they're managing, upgrading, lifecycle managing their network.
So Chris, I know that we have big customers subscribe to this aggregated model.
Yes.
Can you share one of these, let's say, customer examples with our audience?
Okay, so I think one that it was interesting. So I was here at the show 12 months ago. We had a big showcase on the front of our stand for a customer of ours in continental USA, Dish Networks, who are a greenfield 5G network operator that we've been working with now for, coming up for 3 years.
Yes.
What's exciting is it's the biggest virtualized RAN deployment globally, at least the biggest one I'm aware of, and we're on a journey with them to get 100% US coverage. We went through a big sprint as we went through last year to get to 20% coverage in line with in line with FCC targets, and now we're just ramping up to get to 90%. So.
Wow.
The key there is, we learnt a lot in the first in the first 2 sprints that we've run, and now the next sprint will run with a very automated process, a CI/CD pipeline with automated fault resolution, and we can deploy RAN at real scale now.
And I think just to give to the audience the scale, what's the scale we talk about? Is it thousands of?
It's thousands. So in the next sprint we'll be working to light up more than 20,000 masts.
Wow! So imagine 20,000, let's say like last point of
yes.
Like a radio access network.
Yeah.
Yeah. And which used to be taken ages before, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And now with automation, with orchestration, with ability to stretch.
So we can deploy the software through an automated CI/CD pipeline. Okay. We can manage a lot of the fault codes that happen, whether it's a network error or a hardware configuration error or a software error, whatever it is. Okay. We're looking to automatically resolve those, or in an automated way resolve those issues.
Well, amazing. So Chris, I know that we've been even though getting to a lot of customers, and we know
yes.
like the agony that they are going through
yeah.
change, and always in such let's say innovation that happens with the industry, which is opening the RAN
yeah.
as well the federated model.
The best cook in the Middle East.
Yeah. So thank you, Rango, for so as they're gonna assume this kind of model, it starts with mindset.
Yeah.
And it's a decision also that me as an operator would like to take control of my let's say architecture
yeah.
of my operating model, and then eventually I will be taking some let's say benefits as well the control back to my ecosystem, and that's require really some bold movement from the operator. What do you think about this?
I think that's. I'd like to split my answer into 2 pieces.
Yes, please.
Really.
Yep.
So first of all, the core service is the foundation of any service provider's program, and so we can get very excited about the agility that Telco Cloud brings, the flexibility, the programmability, all of those things. But at the very center of it, you've still got to offer a bulletproof, reliable 5G core packet service, right?
Yes.
So I think it's important as you look at these things to remember that at the center of all of this there is a reliable mobile network. Yeah,
okay.
That's the foundation. Yeah. And then I think as we move into a kind of a cloud journey with these customers, they start to realize the possibilities and the benefits of having that programmability and that agility, the ability to deploy applications at the very edge of the network. And I think we're just starting to see that be explored in a real way now, which is exciting.
Okay, good. So, Chris, to your audience, to the followers here, if Chris, you have a magic wand and you want to do something like in this industry from your lens,
yeah.
what you will address it to the community? Yeah,
that's a good question, Rashid.
Yeah.
So actually, as part of the project,
the word is all yours.
As part of the project I mentioned earlier, so I was born in the 60s and grew up, was a teenager in the mid 70s in London, and I remember the Queen's Silver Jubilee, and I remember the punk band the Sex Pistols playing "God Save the Queen" on a barge in the River Thames, and I think, in a way, the changes, the disaggregation that we're bringing to a very established service provider industry globally is a bit like the change that punk rock brought to the music scene back in the 70s.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to seeing the software that we've built, the customers and solutions that we've delivered. I'm really looking forward to seeing that light up, and there's a whole new world. We've seen AI all of a sudden has gone bang with ChatGPT. I think sometime in the next 12 to 18 months we'll see a big step change in what people are doing with mobile networks, and I'm looking forward to that.
So Chris, always a pleasure having you. Thank you so much for the insights.
Thank
and
you.
For our viewers and followers, stay tuned. We're going to have a lineup of executives from VMware, really, as well from customer, to share with you their thoughts, their insights around the innovation within, let's say, like service provider landscape. And as we keep saying, the lines are blurred between the different industry, and everybody is getting to a new business model, try to deliver exceptional service experience to the customer. Thank you so much for being with us, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Thanks, Rashid. Thank you.